Bitcoin is going to zero.
Test. We have audio now? Let's get it. I think we do. Do we? Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for that emoji and at. I really appreciate it. All right, seems like we do have audio. Do we? Let's go. Let's get it. Guys, thank you so much for joining. I was saying that I'm so glad to have you guys here. Really appreciate you guys. It really makes me happy to see you again. And just a little bit of what's going on with this baby face. Just so you know, I needed to shave it this time. It was like once a year I need to shave, and that is because of stress. So yes, I have a skin condition, that when I'm under a lot of stress, I start having some skin flaking out. So I start becoming like a lizard people, right? So just to get right with this, I just shaved, right, and applied moisturizing 2 or 3 times a day, and of course get done with that. And that is because of Black Friday. Yeah, believe it or not, I were like sleeping like 3 hours a day for the past week, so that was a lot of work. Other than that, thank you guys so much for joining. Really appreciate you. And let me get started with you guys, because you guys are the best part of this show. So let's get it. We have JR in the house. What's up? We also have Sheep. What's up, brother? All set. What's up, my friend? Alexander G, of course. The Mode Queen. Really appreciate you. Great to have you here. We also have Jernu. What's up? And thank you for the heads up on the no audio. Really appreciate it. And I think that's it for now. Thank you a lot. And by the way, click that like button. Really helps with the algorithm. Let's get started, because let's talk about how did I left out my trading and what are we going to be looking for in the upcoming days. All right, so Loco for Crypto, what's up, bro? Welcome, great to have you. All right, so let's go to the charts and start talking about this. All right, let's get it. Okay, we are on, of course, copper, but I need to go to Bitcoin. All right, remember, guys, that I was buying some Bitcoin at 100K. Remember, I basically was somewhere around here. I bought Bitcoin 100K, went up, sold a little portion, come back down. I bought some more again, and I've held it, right? Remember that I bought a little bit more somewhere around these areas in here, more likely around these areas. Went up, went back down. This was a Black Friday event right in here, so I did nothing with that. Another important thing, we had a couple of trades open they hit as it went up. We hit targets. I closed them all. I have 0 trades on crypto, and I still have a little bit of the average between these two. All right, remember, let's go for that just so you guys see how is my average and how to also calculate your average. I bought somewhere around here. All right, and then I also bought somewhere around the 100k, somewhere around here. All right, so to calculate the average very quickly, you just grab a box in here and go from, let's just set center to center. So right now, as you can see, I'm basically getting very, 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 very close to my breaking even, right? And things are starting to beeping here. Like, so absolutely, JR mentioned just in case you want to redirect. Absolutely. I don't know how to do that at this moment, but let me copy these, my friend, and we're gonna be redirecting right here, all right? Don't go just now. Don't go just now. Right after the show. All right. We're gonna be pushing there, guys. I'm gonna reshare it as we finish up the show. And of course, my friend, buddy, of course. So let's go and take a look at lasagna. Lasagna. I haven't taken dinner. All right. As you can see, I'm barely touching right there my average still. All right. And I am planning to sell a little bit of what I got. Nonetheless, not everything. All right, I still want to keep that 20% moon back, and that is because well, you've seen it. By the way, I was so close to selling here, but I decided to wait, to hold, right? Not just yet, because we have a breakout, maybe a retest. We're having kind of like a goose head. Our consolidation score is 6. Good consolidation. We are consolidating. All right. So what is the consolidation? The consolidation, it's aiming upwards. Perfect. All right. And our prime score, how bullish are we? It's 6, is slightly bullish. Great. I can still count with that upper movement. Not only this, all right, we also called out a couple of trades or possible positions as we go. So I'm going to be looking for position myself for a short in here, both for first taking profits on the dynamic reactor, and second, right, for a full-fledged move to the downside. This is most likely going to be a 10x entry at a half of a position. At this point, because of how low we are, I still want to do half a position, not quarter of position as we did before. All right. And that is because we're going to be planning for a possible run-up. All right, there is a little chance. Still, we have that little chance. I think it's important to understand this, all right? And let me show you here. Let me just get rid of this little circle, right? And keep an eye on that circle because that is important. Look at this. If I measured, all right, this trend line all the way up, and let's do it a little bit better of what is it right now. Okay, I want to go over those points, and oh, don't do that. Come on, whatever, let's just get rid of that. Yeah, delete it. And then I want to go over these points in here. Let me also get rid of this and this and this, and of course this. And I want to also try to go ahead. I'm not 100% sure if I want to. Let's try to do something like that. If you take a look at, we're hitting this going through and barely hitting it, that gives us right now a resistance area. All right. If we're able to break through that resistance, all right, like that, we can still have 2 possibilities. So first of all, we are in resistance. We don't buy resistances, all right? We sell resistances. The next thing, it is not just staying with this resistance, the trend line, okay? Is it important? Yes, very, very important. And we need a big body breakout. That's why I was so excited today in the morning when we start having this movement. Remember that I mentioned today in the morning, hey, if you want to buy, I mean, this would have been a very dangerous buy, but we are in the middle of the hot dog, so just be careful. All right. We also need to compound that with the fact that we have another trend line in here. Okay. depending on however you want to draw this, all right, it doesn't really matter that much, other than if you draw it like this. You draw it like this, it's not wrong, but you still have a big area of resistance. So I'd rather go, between this, or wedge it, right? So in between this high and this low, right? You try to accommodate all those two other scenarios somewhere around here, right? And do something like this. I think that is a little bit more proportionate. All right, so wedging it between this low and these two highs. So that gives me a triangle of entry, or an area of entry. This is my triangle of entry right in here, okay? Somewhere around those areas. So what does that mean? I want to go in this area and bounce back down and have a support. But if I do this, I can still come back around, right, to the areas not only of my previous entry, but we have some order block, basically creating something like a double bottom. Would this be dangerous? Yes, because we will be for once not reaching out the top, all right, and for second breaking down the bearish flag, right? So I rather to see this one first, and then out of here do this target, right? So we still need to wait, all right? Long story short, we still need to wait, and we're in areas of selling, not buying, or possible re-entries for a little short for a reversal and then a push to the upside. So when are we going to be defining that? As soon as we have the goose head for a further continuation up. All right, so further continuation up. All right, and then once we have the peak completed, we're going to do something like that and then fall back around, something like this, or something. Oh, these are not goose head. Oh, there is something like that. All right, so we usually have this little drop down and then up, right? The little drop down and then down. Okay, so that's the same thing that we're gonna be looking for. Drop up and then a drop down, up and down. Okay, so that is gonna be what we're gonna be looking for in Bitcoin 4 hours. So how do we trade that? Let's go back into what we had before. A little bit more conservative linings. There it is. All right. So let me also get rid of my here it is, my average buy, because remember I'm looking for to sell. Okay, there it is. And right here, remember I'm looking for a short unless I have a breakout retest continuation upwards. We also could be breaking this flag to the outside. It's way less probable, but still possible. All right, so guys, I know this, if you are new here, I know this seems cryptic, but the point is knowing what to do in every case scenario. So whatever it happens, it's not that you're guaranteeing that you're going to enter into a trade, but you know exactly when and how to react to that scenario, and of course become a profitable trader based on your previous investigation. All right, having said this, all right, I haven't opened up any trades. This setups remains. Copy the entry points, draw your lines, all right, and set your alerts. So talking about alerts, let's go back and add my alerts. Let's see, it was in this one, so I'm gonna be adding an alert on this, of course, and also I want to add another alert on this one here. Block it first and then right click and add an alert. And of course, just for good measure, I'm gonna be looking at this previous area of resistance, liquidity zone to be grabbed. All right, and I'm gonna add another alert somewhere around the top of that cluster. So far, the good infinite teammate. What's up, bro? Welcome. Great to have you. All right. So we already have everything that we should be looking at. All right. We are prepared for a long. We are prepared for a range, and we are prepared for a short. We just need to hedge this. Remember, we are going to be hedging these trades. All right. So perfect. Let's go and take a look at FET. Since today and yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, we set up a couple of alerts. In fact, we can take a look at here. When it was set up, it was what is it, November the 9th, basically today, right? And it hit it today the same area. So we were looking for this zone to be hit. Let me just get rid of this stuff so it's not in the way. And we are looking, there we go, for a further continuation upwards, just like we did, just like we are on Bitcoin. All right, we are already into resistance, but I believe that we're gonna have a further continuation and then look for something like this. We have another possibility, which is going here, finding some support back in here, and then heading up. But I would say that this is not what we're gonna be expecting. I'd rather go for the worst case scenario, which is gonna be a short. So remember, still hedging this area, not hedging it at the top, of course. All right. I mean, yes, you open up a short at the top. All right. So your short is gonna be somewhere around. Oh man, that's just too big. Somewhere around. Let me try to. I had a new mouse, man, and I can't control this thing. All right. Somewhere around there. I would say that that's better. Even the freaking wrist hurts. Grabbing it sideways. By the way, I used to have the original, but now I have the copycat. It was the Logitech MS Master. But in the meantime, because the brand new broke, I was using this Logitech. Pretty good one, a fantastic precision. But I use it so much that then I need to readjust of using this other one. By the way, this one, it's making me not wanting to go back to the. It is fan freaking tastic. I mean, oh man. All right, so let's get back to it. So we're gonna be looking for a shorting here, all right, and then we're gonna keep looking what the price action is gonna be doing. If the things start going upwards, all right, that's when we're gonna start looking for a possible re-entry. If not, we're gonna be looking for a long right down here. All right, so that's the areas where we want to hedge this thing, or opening a short at the top and opening a long at the bottom. How and why is that? Because if Bitcoin breaks to the upside, which I am expecting to, right? I believe it's gonna take this also with it. So what's up, Dutchy? How's it going, brother? Welcome. Great to have you, my friend. All right, let's go take a look at copper. Copper also ringed. We were talking about a retracement to the trend line and then a possible bounce. Or remember, areas of re-entry right here where we have our next setup. So we are breaking through. In fact, we already have broke through. All right, this is a short scenario, so let's go for that short. I'm not gonna be shorting copper, just so you guys know. All right, my stop loss is gonna be in here, and I'm gonna be aiming to the dynamic reactor. If you're gonna be shorting copper, be careful with it. I can still turn around, and that is because of the demand that we have on copper. If we see, or if you guys see that we are turning back around and we break back to the 0 line, that close that short. Close that short and open up the long. All right, that is going to be your ending point, especially because we are dramatically bullish on copper. All right. Just saying, be prepared. What's up, Sheep? What's up, Sheep 3333? What is up, brother? Welcome. Great to have you. All right. So let's go take a look at a couple of other things. I guess we can do something like, and I know this is gone. Crypto bubbles. Let's see, what is it moving, because I've been completely out of disconnected. So things are not looking that bad at all. All right, things are looking pretty good. Let's see. We have Bunk, AVAX, Light. Wow. Hype. Oh, didn't like to see it like that, but it is what it is. Dot, Pengu. All right, Pengu already going up. Let's take a look at Pengu. Pengu, ADA, and ICP. Let's do those three. Pengu, ADA, and ICP. So let's go over Ethereum. Ethereum, by the way. Yeah, of course, it's not gonna stuck. Do you imagine that it gets into the stock world? I mean, that would be fantastic. Like going from crypto to selling products, which they already are, and then becoming, a stock. That would be freaking awesome. All right, the same deal. Bingo with Bitcoin. We are barely breaking through that dynamic reactor. Something that I missed out to show you in Bitcoin are the support and resistances. Let's go and take a look at that right here in Pengu. All right, let's turn first on, and we have the very first reversal. This is not bad. Remember what we learned on the classes. When we're breaking through a big resistance and having a reversal, there's two things that we could be looking for: a retracement continuation, all right, or a range. If we have a range, guess what? So that will be a flat pass of bullish continuation. All right, again, something like that. So this reversal, remember, until we start breaking through these areas, it's not a full-fledged reversal, or it's a full-fledged reversal, but it's indicating the reversal point from the breakout. It's normal to have a decrease of momentum while going through a big resistance, and therefore that triggers a reversal. Andrea, what's up? Welcome. Great to have you. Great to have you. Kelly, what's up, Kelly? I almost didn't notice you there. Oh, see, you're back. I'm back. Look at that. And I'm shaveless. I'm beardless. What's up? Great to have you. Great to have you. All right. Let's get it. Let's do a couple of more things. We mentioned, what was it? Pengu. Pengu is already set up. Ada, let's take a look at Cardano. I'm pretty excited about Cardano, by the way. So let's do, of course, Ada. Here we got it. All right. I want to be on the 4 hours. Let's just get rid of everything that we have in here. Perfect. I see a pretty nice trend line. Let's actually go for that trend line. Let's turn things off in here so they're not in the way. And let's get started with it. In fact, we have a little bit of, it's locked. And we give ourselves that little space. All right, so seems like we are already breaking through. We have a breakout, retest, continuation. That's fantastic. Nothing else to do there. I mean, it is what it is. The next thing that we need to look for, it is the next possible trend line, which, by the way, this seems to be parabolic movement. It's very steep to the upside. We have the breakout. We're looking for a possible goose head in here. Let's bring the rest of the armory in here. Let's take a look at if we got anything else. As always, a reversal. I mean, also triggering, passing over that that area. We also have a buy signal, breakout, retest, continuation, of course. And this is going to be the target that I'm going to be looking for before we have a retracement. And most likely a little range up in there. Let's see if we have anything else like order blocks. We're still a little far away. I don't think that we go that high within 3 candles, all right, or within the next 8 hours. Let's see if we have anything else. Predictive ranges, more in line of what we're expecting. Perfect. Let's see what else. We have a lot of support in here building up. I think we might be seeing this support migrate as we start moving over, rolling over to the upside. So it's looking good, not looking that bad at all. And we're out of the top of the range. Perfect. We could be looking for just a slight fake out and then a retracement. Seems to be in line indeed. Our FIVP, look at that, showing you our possible target, same area that we are expecting for our pair a possible reversal. Great. I think that we are pretty much in line. That doesn't mean that it's absolutely going to happen, but of course it means that the odds are right there. Something that I'm seeing right now that I'm not liking in is the lack of longs to be taken, right? Or shorts to be taken. I'm sorry. We already have heated up. Maybe we have a little more fuel. I do expect this little retracement. If we retrace, wait for the support zone. Wait for, of course, your goose head. Remember, goose head. Then that little thing, right? And that will go for the retracement, big retracement, and then the bounce in here. Very, very important. Right here or right there. These lines are not, seems like they're not making so much sense. There it is. I think I can do this right here. It's where we need to be careful along the dynamic reactor and this trend line. In fact, this trend line, I think, needs to be adjusted. Yeah, seems like it moved, or maybe I just misplaced it. Not sure. Something like that is much better. Let's actually lock this. There we go. So I'm gonna be looking for this movement, this area right here. So when we get somewhere around this area, be careful because we could not hold that zone and go hunt the liquidity downwards. All right. So just be careful when opening longs at this point. Remember, we're bearish, and this looks also to be like a bearish flag. So that breakout of this trend line will not be so good. All right. But still remember, every trade involves a risk. So, and sometimes we need to jump in, take it. All right. Let's leave it as is right now. I'm also gonna be scanning the market. I'm gonna be trying to reallocate a couple of positions. I still need to investigate in what coins are moving. Keep looking at the charts. Remember, I'm coming out kind of like a quote unquote vacations. So I was not trading at all. I'm warming up. Let's keep it slow. Let's go. Let's test the water with these two, ADA and Pengu, and of course Bitcoin and Ethereum. We already have gone through those. I want to also do tomorrow Solana. I want to do XRP, and I want to do a couple of other popular tokens. So prepare your tokens, and tomorrow paste them in here and let me know what should we be analyzing. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you guys. It really makes me happy to be back with you guys here. Rooting you guys makes me so happy. Oh man, you are fantastic. Again, thank you so much. Click that like button, and as always, see you guys tomorrow.
Bitcoin is going to zero.
Robinson.